happened. Now, moving on to Judge Gorsuch. I have a question for you people, because I know that many of you are paying attention to the media out there. And you can't miss this. There are an increasing number of Democrats and liberals and leftists outside the Senate who are singing Judge Gorsuch's praises. The most recent is a woman from Harvard. She was in the Obama Department of Justice. She looks like Marie Harf with auburn hair. I like people having a picture, a mental picture that people are talking about. She's now a law professor at Harvard, and she has been today singing the praises. She cut a 30-second video, in fact, and she was singing the praises of Gorsuch. Cannot do any better. He's fair-minded. He's a man who will follow the law. And there is a growing sentiment out there for Judge Gorsuch. And it is, I think, being helped by the fact that Senator Blumenthal exaggerated a bit what Gorsuch reportedly said about Trump's attack of Judge Robart. Judge Robart was referred to as that so-called judge by President Trump. Richard Blumenthal, who lied about having served with honor and valor in Vietnam, claims that when he was talking to Gorsuch, that Gorsuch said that it was abhorrent what Trump said, and he was very troubled by it. And it's evolved now that that's not what Gorsuch said. Gorsuch did not say that he found what Trump said abhorrent. What happened is that Blumenthal characterized what he thought Trump's statement about Judge Robart was, and that Gorsuch pretty much agreed with it. And others, Ben Sass, Nebraska, have come out and said, yes, Gorsuch is of the frame of mind that he was troubled and alarmed by President Trump's attack on the judge, Judge Robart. And this is causing even more Democrats to warm up to the guy because all they can see is criticizing Trump. So if he does that, or is perceived to be doing that, then they're warming up to him even more. The bottom line is that Judge Gorsuch is going to be confirmed because he doesn't change the balance of the court. And as we stated yesterday, Mitch McConnell is trying to get this done without having to invoke the nuclear option, meaning eliminate the requirement for 60 votes. But I'm going to tell you, folks, this is not the fight that everybody thought it was going to be. The next one will be. The odds are that the next opening on the Supreme Court will happen when one of the 4 liberal judges just can't go on for whatever reason. When one of those 4 slots opens up, and if Trump nominates anybody even close to Gorsuch, then you're going to see nuclear war. You're going to see essentially the way it was with Clarence Thomas. That was, Bork preceded Thomas. Clarence Thomas was the last real history. I mean, it was bad for Alito, but the Clarence Thomas confirmation hearings was all out judicial nuclear war, and that was because he was nominated to replace Thurgood Marshall, black justice, tried and true, leftist, liberal Democrat. The Democrats thought that seat was theirs forever. And George H.W. Bush puts Clarence Thomas in there. You all remember what happened, the Anita Hill allegations of sexual harassment and pubic hairs on Coke cans and all this. And Judge Thomas referred to it as a high-tech lynching because he was a conservative African-American who did not follow the prescriptions of affirmative action and the demands of the left. And so they tried to kill him, tried to kill his career. They tried to kill his reputation. They literally tried to destroy Clarence Thomas. They brought out everything they've got. And that's what's coming. And so go back and forth on this whole nuclear option because they're going to need the nuclear option. McConnell's going to need it for the next judge. And he may as well trigger it now and establish the precedent because if he doesn't do it for Gorsuch, it's going to be harder. No, not in real life harder, but it's going to be harder with the media pressure. You didn't do it for Gorsuch. Well, you can't just selectively decide when you're going to do it. And that put all kinds of pressure on him. I just think if they think they're going to need to nuke the nuclear option to get future Trump nominees confirmed, just go ahead and do it for this and be done with it. But that's just me. Let's take a brief time out. We have audio sound bites on all this, and didn't get to the business yesterday of these Republican elderly statesmen in favor of a carbon tax. Want to get into that. The president has responded to critics asking, where are your tax cuts? He said they're coming in 3 weeks. Be patient. Coming up. Don't go away. By the way, Senator Sessions was confirmed in a bipartisan vote. You won't hear that in the drive-bys. But he was. Joe Manchin, Democrat, West Virginia, voted for Sessions, so there was a Democrat vote. It makes it bipartisan.